Yeah,
So we'll do a couple missions, talk about the game for a bit, then just go make some boats.
Yeah, you're gonna sell me on it, okay, Gordon? And that's your job later today. But you know what? I think Crappy has a job to do.
Yeah, Crappy does have a job to do.
Crappy, take us to the game reveal. Yeah, past that scary guy. Well, as it turns out, it's kind of an easy choice today. It's me. Yeah.
It's you, yeah.
Let me just say, I hopped into the shower like 15 minutes before game give out, and I was like, crap, I'm giving the game out, aren't I? And crap, I don't even know what game. So I spent a little while thinking about it and actually came up with nothing until I sat down. And they're like, hey, we need a game. And I'm like, oh, how about this? How about this? And I jokingly threw this out and none of them vetoed it. So everybody get ready for their hour-long nightmares that they're going to have today in the form of Pyramid. Gordon, this game, I hate it so much.
I love to hate this game.
Yeah, this is not a good game. There are like 5 people on Earth who click with it, and I think that's because they are immortal. Like, honestly, you know, ancient Egypt had terrible ways of playing Tetris, and we have learned that only recently through the archaeological digs, which we'll find about as we read through the manual later. You know, archaeology, very important. And that ain't no lie. You gotta be doing your archaeology, everybody. Come on, go start a dig somewhere, huh? If you haven't started a dig, then what the crap? Actually, I'm not sure you can just go start an archaeological dig whenever you want. I think that's...
I mean, maybe you can.
I mean, maybe if it's your land. But then again, like, a lot of the lands, even if you, like, technically own the house that's on the land, there are a lot of cases where you don't technically own the land. AKA my parents' house. Land belongs to the government. They dig anything up, government's got to be like, hey, yo, that's mine now. Yeah. With that said, I'm going to bother the players right now. Get your streams up. I need to capture me a game. Yeah. Just using the finest English here.
You know, like you do.
Gordon, you know what's really funny? I was loving... Oh my gosh. Sorry, I saw Tetsuya's screen for a second. I was loving AI Seinfeld, and I also love that AI Seinfeld got banned.
Like, that's the only solution for that.
Yeah, it was kind of amazing. Looking at some of the reasons as well, I'm not 100% sure. People are working to convince me, okay, but supposedly the joke that it made was specifically trying to make terrible humor like other comedians these days have made. And the more that I've read that back over and over again, the more that I think that's what the AI was actually going for, because it actually bookends with like, oh hey, nobody's laughing, and also, where did everybody go? But yeah, I think it was a well-earned ban by the bot, so good job, bot. You were banned. And apparently it's a 2-week suspension, and I really can't wait until that 2 weeks is up. But honestly, I fully support it as well.
Yeah, it was, as I said, a little bit necessary.
Yeah, I think until we reach like the levels of Data from Star Trek, I can enjoy a little ban every now and then, you know? Until the robot actually has emotions and is like Why are they banning me? Why? And then it goes and cries, and I'm like, crap, now I have my robot's crying. All it did was it tried to do a YouTube stream, and now it's crying, stupid robot. Yeah, you know what? As long... Once... Yeah, anyway, yeah, people in chat are saying that they switched to a different set of data for a little while because essentially the original crashed, and unfortunately that other set of data didn't have as many of the safeguards up.
Well, I feel like that's kind of an excuse. Right now, it could still be true.
Well, yeah, an excuse is an excuse, whether it's true or not. But I actually...
But you know what I mean, like that feels just like, oh, well, we got banned, this is why, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, without going,
yeah.
Right, like... Anyway.
I was just about to bother Ritz Blues, and unfortunately, I didn't have to because the stream is now up. Oh my gosh, I'm making my friends play like one of the games that I enjoy the least. This game is so bad.
You know who else you should make play this game?
Everyone.
Essentia? Right, I mean, because you always make your own family play the worst stuff.
I'm trying to remember, have I made her play this? I feel like if I would have gotten
I don't think you have.
Well, I should have.
But you would have.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I mean,
you made her play Bubsy. You made Justin play Conan.
I made Justin play Bubsy too.
You did?
Yeah. Actually, if you're my family and you're near me when I try to like make people play video games, it's probably a mistake. It's not a good idea. Just go somewhere else. Or if you're really like suffering, if you're a masochist and you're in my family, well, come on over. I got a little something for you. It's called Pyramid. For NES, we have 4 players who are going to be racing. I didn't even check to see how they are doing in the tournament so far. I was just like, hey, we'll go ahead.
Because I just like assigned these and just said, here we go.
Yeah, let me see. They still have a couple minutes to sort of relax. So let me go ahead and take a look. It looks like 21 and 22.
21 and 22. So I'm expecting that we will have, I mean, one will go through. Whoever wins will be in the tournament.
Yes.
And then it depends on who the people are, right? If they get into the tiebreaker.
Yeah. It looks like Stream Hatman and Tetsuya have 22 points, which means second place would land them in the tiebreaker. Ritz and Isalamiri would end up not qualifying.
Yeah, so, right, Ritz and Isalamiri have to win to move on.
Yes. Which makes this a particularly spicy match.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Cornden, I love this game so much. Like, I hate it so much.
This game is so bad. I hate it.
But I actually enjoy playing it.
I only know one person, like maybe 2, who are good at it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's Eon. And that's because she's good at these sort of things.
Yeah, but she also practiced and also felt very uncomfortable with the game. Like, okay, I'm letting them start level 0. Music should be on by Chakvosky. Maybe that's why I hate this game. It's like bootleg Tchaikovsky here. That's I actually really like the music in half of the game, though. It's very enjoyable to me. Let me do one last check to see if the players are ready. And also, just to make sure I have everybody in the correct place, Stream Hatman on the top left. We have Tetsuya top right. Ritz Blues is bottom left. And finally, Isalamiri bottom right. They are in the correct locations. So we should be good to go as soon as I get confirmation from everybody that they are set. Yeah, Isa Almiri, aka Piper, is going to be on the bottom right. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that is their name in Discord, Piper. I'm very excited for this. Oh, Tetsuya's like, we can't all be Set. Someone's got to be Geb or Anubis. I call Anubis. I mean, like, with this game, come on.
I appreciate.
I love the joke. Hatman's gonna be Thoth. Okay, I like that. Okay, they're all ready. Everybody, I need all of your Egyptian emotes. That can also include animals that are vaguely Egyptian related, especially cats, or triangles.
We need lots of triangles.
I actually really love seeing all of the emotes that people have from different servers because there are so many out there. And this is one chance that you're allowed to spam and show off what you've got. Flex, everybody, flex! We're doing the countdown. We've got 1 hour of Pyramid. Their goal, clear as many lines in a single playthrough as they can. And if we end up hitting the hour mark, they are allowed to keep going until the hour and 5-minute mark. If they started before the 55-minute mark, essentially they'll have a final push towards that point. I'm gonna have to turn this music down just a tad bit because it is loud, but welcome to what you will probably hear for most of the next hour. Now, let me tell you, Corndad, when I first played this, I felt like the dumbest person alive.
As you should.
Yeah, I mean, it was a valid feeling.
Did we tell them what progress is?
Yes, I said progress is the number of lines that you kill. I'll go ahead and reiterate it in Discord, though, so they know for sure.
I'm just asking so everybody knows.
Okay, and I'm just putting that as a reminder. Progress is how many lines you clear in a single playthrough. Did you know that this game, not only is it unlicensed and technically against what Nintendo wanted people to do, but it's also got lore?
It has lore. Tell me all the lore.
Well, here we are. Let me go ahead and scroll to the top of the manual real quick. Okay, I need to do my best archaeologist voice. My name is Dr. Otto Spettelmonkey. On this day, August 19th, 1992, we have made what may be the most profound archaeological discovery of the 20th century. Near the Nile River in the Valley of Shadow, we have uncovered the tomb of Queen Laradite, I think that one. The mysterious Queen of Fun. For years, I have searched in vain for proof that King Tut was the first to develop music similar to today's rock and roll. My quest has instead led to unequivocal proof that ancient Egyptians were the first to play games. So there you go, there's our lore. Apparently, we have made an archaeological discovery that Egyptians played games. And then we have this game, which is not a game they played. He didn't say that it was, though, you know? So, people in chat are asking, is this a game? First off, yes. Second off, wait, you can mirror flip pieces? I don't think that you can, but I'm not completely sure.
Well, let's look at the manual.
Yeah, okay, so the direction pad is used to move your stones left and right. By pressing down, you can increase the speed that the stone falls. Pressing up and B at the same time will launch a bomb. Yeah, also very popular in ancient Egypt. Oh, Stream Half-Man just slapped down a big triangle and probably hurts a little bit on the inside. And honestly, I do not blame Stream Half-Man as well. Simply put, the bombs here are extremely necessary because at this point, Tetsuya basically cannot clear the lowest line here.
Oh, you gotta blow that up.
Yep. However, you only have 5 bombs at the beginning of the game. Once you clear 20 lines, you get 5 more. So, you know, eventually they'll probably want to learn how to strategically use bombs in order to help make a decent push. But remember, all they need is one good playthrough in order to take the victory here. It's just they have to learn how to play this game. And this, like, nothing, the first time that I played this, nothing clicked in my mind trying to play Pyramid. It was so hard. Yuge, by the way, is saying that there's a clip on this channel of him playing this game and some lines just not dropping after clearing a line. Yeah. The thing is, like, if you get close to the top of the screen, you really cannot depend on lines falling. It's best to keep the lines as low as possible. Don't pull a Tetris.
Because it doesn't make any sense in here. Right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can't stack these, and the best you can get is stacking in for 2 lines.
Oh my gosh. With that said, Tetsuya up to 11 lines. That is a decent amount of progress for a first attempt. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, pretty impressive. It took me a long time to even be able to clear a single line. Like, the way all of the other players are doing right now, sort of how I assumed it would go for most people. I think Tetsuya complained about this game the most. I gotta be honest, Corndan.
Well, they're also doing the best right now.
I know, right? You never really know how someone is going to do until they start doing it, and Tetsuya is really getting the hang of this already. 12 lines. Now, everybody, this is going to be the hour match that we have to just see who can manage to learn how to play this game. They'll have as many attempts as they want, and honestly, I think everyone except for Tetsuya, it's basically, let's just go ahead and try to play this the way that the game kind of wants me to play it. You know, they're okay with mistakes, and I think that's probably a good way to approach this. Just make all of your mistakes at the beginning, have a very junky, terrible playthrough, and then probably once you start getting around the half-hour mark, you can start making a push to get a personal best.
I mean, this is a tough one, right? Out of most of the games I've seen, right? You know, where I would just be like, okay, go through, just do what you can right here. Like, purposely screw up so you know what it looks like.
Yeah, and honestly, like, until you've played this game a significant amount, what Tetsuya is doing here, for example, it's hard. It's just, sometimes you're going to put a piece in a bad location, and you need to learn how to deal with the mistakes. You also have to be able to see, like, when a space, or when it looks like a block is going to fit into a space, but it doesn't. How can I avoid that in the future? You need to learn the mistakes. Tetsuya getting the weird triangle piece on the top right there, I think that was just a timing issue more than anything else, but still.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it still is a learning moment for Tetsuya. I do like that chat brings up the Pac-Man piece. Tetsuya has that piece. It's also up next for 3 out of 4 of our players. It's the 3 triangle-shaped pieces with the empty square. That one is terrible to deal with because Ritz Blues has a good location, but you can't get anything to the right of it now. You're going to have to use a bomb.
I think you can like T-spin into that.
I've tried. I mean, maybe a computer can do it, but I sure couldn't. Or maybe someone who's actually good at video games, you know?
Eon could do it, I bet.
Eon, we need your help. Yeah, Stream Hatman is almost to the top of the screen here. Absolutely expected that we're going to see a game over fairly soon, and that's completely fine. Here's the deal. Most of the time when you're entering Kusog7ande, we give out a lot of platformers. This is one of the terrors that you could end up with, though. And most of the time, like, I love to throw non-platformers at people just to shake things up a little bit and see what's going to happen. And Pyramid's one of my favorites to just mess with people. Oh, Corndan, I know why I was thinking of this game. I was actually going to have this on the Hotfix Grudge match, but the players who were going to play it, like, said, can we not do Pyramid? And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll give you a different game.
That's a valid question.
I do like that there are some people in chat who do like this game. Like, the thing is, it will click for some people for some reason. And it's good. If it clicks for you, great.
I get it just fine, right? I'm not super great at it. But Pyramid and I get along. Right, to the point that I almost bought it the other day.
Yeah. I'm honestly very glad that this game exists. I think that it was an experiment that didn't work out quite as well. You know, it's obviously a spin-off of Tetris. Let's do triangles instead of these other things. So, yeah.
I do want to point out, Rich has got a good strategy going here. That's something I think I remember Eon. Right, instead of doing like the Tetris like stack, what really works in Pyramid is to basically do like that slope.
Yeah.
Right, and stack the slope up, because then you can always fit something in where you need it.
I think that's a really decent way to deal with that, yeah. And you're right, you can pretty much squeeze anything into that area. Yeah, having sort of the funnel is good. We're not really getting to any fast speed, but I do think that Ritz Blues has a decent strategy here, and just, you know, filter down, fill in the middle as you can, but...
Richard's got the perfect spot for that diamond, just drop it in.
Nope.
Nope, that just actually made things worse.
Well, I mean, welcome to Pyramid. It's very easy to, like, overthink what you're doing, and then suddenly you're in a spot that is just not good at all. Oh my gosh. I still love this music so much.
You just love it because it's fake Tchaikovsky.
It's actually good. Corndan, it's actually good music. Okay, I need to share a couple pictures from the manual with everybody. First off,
you do.
This picture, okay? Now, can you tell me in hieroglyphs, like, don't use hieroglyphs in chat, you probably don't have access, but what is Anubis doing here?
I mean, we all know what Anubis is doing.
Licking a Palm Pilot. Exactly, everybody. He is licking the Palm Pilot. Yeah, I am very pleased to say he's blowing the cart, but unfortunately blew too hard, so he's licking it. Yeah, if you blow too hard, that's how your tongue comes out. It just accidentally starts licking stuff. I did have some people, I shared this with a friend, they were like, is he licking a Switch cart? I'm like, not quite, just licking a normal cart. Okay. Different picture from the manual. This is a good one as well. Okay, here. Okay. So, obviously, the first one was do not get your cart wet, but what is the message here?
I mean, the message here is don't get drunk because carts will fall on your head.
Destroy all birds. Don't get drunk. Carts will fall on your head. That's a good point. Yeah. Do not weigh the hearts of mortals against the weight of a bootleg NES cart. Ooh, Tristan. That would have been correct for the previous one, but again, this is not Anubis. This is a different god. Isn't this?
I mean, that could be Horus.
I think this might be Horus. Get him bonked. Yeah. So in reality, never hit or drop the game cartridge. Yeah.
Could be Thoth. Well, maybe.
Let me see. Horus. Okay. Yeah, Horus is more of a falcon.
Yep.
Let me see. Thoth.
Thoth is an ibis.
I don't know. It's not really ibis-like. We say ibis here. There's Cafe Ibis, a fantastic coffee brewer where I live. And I love them. Yeah, this might just be a regular goose that's pretending to be a god.
I mean, look, I've played Untitled Goose Game. You can't convince me they're not gods.
What? Oh, coffee roaster, coffee brewer. They brew and they roast, whatever. They roast the coffee. Justin is correcting me and saying, no, they don't just brew the coffee, they roast it. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can find this goose-shaped deity anywhere. Otherwise, I'm just going to say a goose traveled back to Egypt and really mess things up by making this game. Which might be exactly what a goose does. But yeah, I think Egyptian deities are cute. They're great. I approve. Untitled Goose Egypt Prophecy. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, people, we know that aliens existed in Egypt, but did geese? This is the important question.
I mean, they could have.
They could have? Oh, okay.
I mean, I can't prove they didn't, so...
Geese are immortal demons. People giving geese a lot of credit here.
So, look, have you ever been around, like, a lot of geese?
Yes.
Alright, then you know that, and I'm gonna swear here because it's appropriate, that geese are effing assholes.
They are. Like, it's kind of required. I feel like that's not even a swear when you're talking about geese. It's just reality. Thank you, Tempestral, for banning somebody. That was a good ban. Fast, yes.
They got to it before I could.
Oh, it has been so long since I've seen bots. Everybody, I guess.
Well, you know, they had to leave Twitter because everybody knows there's no bots on Twitter.
I was going to say that, Corndan, but I was like, no, I feel like that might be... Like, I wouldn't be able to do it justice. But you did it justice right now. Good job. Yeah. You know what? Again, I would be okay being a robot. Like, upload my consciousness to the net later on. You know, let me be omnipresent. Just let me go ahead and have updates to get rid of my anxiety, and I'll be happy. Huh? Y'all, any of y'all ready for this? Ready for Brosentia in your network? Literally in your network. Oh my gosh, you could even, like, have me on your hard drive.
This sounds like it's going to be leading into some sort of weird strong bad email.
I feel... yeah, I don't know if he ever uploaded himself to the internet, but he did download 400,000 computer viruses. People would not download me. No, I gave you permission, okay? Whatever. I'm not going to copyright my soul.
Maybe you should.
Nah. I'm going to make it freeware. Open source. Yeah, that's right. Open source. You can go ahead and modify my soul however you want. Go ahead and add... Well, as long as you, like... No, never mind. What if you just give me really, really bad, like, super anxiety? I don't like this idea. Oh no, Stream Hatman cleared a line and it didn't drop for a little while. It did eventually. It got there. It's just when you're really close to the top of the deck, it's gonna have problems.
How many did Isalamiri have? Right, I'm trying to keep these tracked, so we have the high water mark here.
I don't know exactly. I don't even know an approximate. Ritz is just getting a game over real quick after an early bad block. I feel like that's probably a fine idea. Like, My only concern about resetting quickly is that you might end up doing it a whole lot rapidly in a row just because, like, you don't like how it began. But if you only do it once or twice to begin with, that should be fine. By the way, the manual does suggest, set things up so that when you get the tougher pieces, you can deal with them. That's the biggest thing with this game. Tetris somewhat encourages you to plan ahead, but I feel like this game takes that up to the next level. You have to if you want any chance of doing well in this game.
Recovery is a lot harder in this game.
Yeah. Once you mess up, it's going to be very, very difficult to get back down, especially without a lot of bombs.
You mess up.
Yeah. Ooh. Corndon, did you hear? My soul just got a new branch. Per Tristan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Apparently I'm going to become a more open variant with a steering committee. Who's the committee?
I mean, it's me.
It's you. Okay.
Like that. This is what GMs are for, right? Where essentially you're censor.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because I'm usually meaner than you are.
A little bit, yeah. By the way, this song is just a weird one because, like, I think most of us know the lines. There's a place in France where the naked ladies dance. How did this become associated with Egypt, though? Because it definitely is. I need to learn about this, okay? Yes, there is a second song in this game. If Stream Hatman gets to line 20, we will hear it. And then line 40 goes back to this one. So, supposedly the song here was probably made in Chicago in the late 1800s. And then it became popularized by a California impresario. What? And later New York congressman? What the crap? At the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition? And he set up an amusement park outside the main fairgrounds as a counterpoint to the more highbrow offerings inside. Okay. Interesting. and it featured belly dancers. That's why it was extremely popular. First time most people had seen belly dancers. Corn Dan.
I mean, have you ever seen belly dancers?
Yeah.
I have.
There were.
It's actually, I mean, amazingly athletic.
It's impressive. Yeah. Tetsuya. Okay, graphics are getting fixed. Yeah, this is one thing that the players have to keep in mind, is that when the blocks get close to the top, and by blocks I mean triangles, the graphics will start getting messed up,
It doesn't get updated.
The physics work
all the time. Yeah. Everything works. It actually keeps track of everything the way it should.
Yeah, it's just going to look hideous for a little while. And you have to learn how to deal with that. You know, just be emotionally okay with that. Okay. Tetsuya gonna try a spin. Oh, and Tetsuya nailed it! Very nice!
I told you it was possible.
Okay.
Do you believe me? No.
Well, I tried it earlier and I failed, and that was probably my fault. Yeah, so odds are this tune was actually an American composition that somebody made to go with belly dancers in the 1800s, which honestly, I mean, kind of cool. Kind of funny that, like, it became so popular and literally has nothing to do originally with Egypt, but there you go. Semicolon spin. Yeah, there we go. That's what people in chat are calling it, and I think
sure,
that
why
is
not?
The correct one. It's about as close as you can get. The block being a period, the triangle being the semicolon. Bam! Yeah, Tetsuya up to 17 lines. This is a good push, but Tetsuya has been fighting death for a long time. No bombs left as well. It's just a war of attrition. Can Tetsuya stay alive long enough to clear a few lines and, you know, hopefully. Nah, that's probably not going to happen.
That's probably it. Now, that is better than Tetsuya's last attempt, which was 16.
Yeah, one line better. Always good to get a new PB.
One line better is one line better.
Hatman is up to 12 lines and almost down at the bottom as well. Holy crap. Okay, this is good. Hatman is both, like, learning how to play the game as well as learning how to do it quickly. And those two things combined could land someone the victory today. Like, the blocks fall at a very slow rate, and I think that that's very helpful when you're new to this game. I definitely needed it. Like, even if I'm just trying to aim a block at the very bottom the first time I play this, I need that entire scroll time in order to figure out what the crap is going on. Because these blocks, everything is wrong. Everything in this game is wrong. It's evil, it's evil, it's evil, it's evil, it's evil. But you can start fitting the pieces together. It's just Stream Hatman. Like, I was seeing that panic right there. Yeah. And
he doesn't have any bombs left.
However, he will get more at 20 lines. Honestly, you should just give those bottom two lines as a lost cause for now and focus on...
The only one that's going to be a lost cause is the very bottom.
Yeah, the very bottom one. I don't think there's any way at all to recover from that at this point without a bomb. And that's fine. Oh, almost losing the opportunity to destroy the second line, but with a last-minute correction, Stream Hatman left the right side open. Now, Tetsuya doing a sort of two-column strategy, which is often common in Tetris. We've seen Tetsuya do this a couple times, and that's probably a decent idea, considering that, he hasn't accidentally walled anything off for himself.
But some of it's gonna be, well, now he has.
But there's a bomb. Still, the little triangle piece at the bottom right, that needs to be bombed as well. Yeah, there is no way to get rid of that without a bomb. So, people in chat are asking what the stakes are. How many people are going home? All of them, they're all home. But people who are leaving the tournament, it looks like we are probably going to have 2 or 3 out of the tournament, depending on the placings here. Whoever takes first holds on and possibly goes to a tiebreaker, depending on...
No, whoever goes first makes it in.
Oh, yeah. Second, though, if Tetsuya or Stream Hapman takes second, they will go to the tiebreaker. Ritz Blues and Isalamiri, though, if they take second, they are still eliminated. So those are the 2 who we want to see all or none. Like, in my opinion, so that we can have at least one more person make it to the tiebreaker. I don't like eliminating people, Corndan, so I always cheer for the option that is best for the most. Which is Ritz Blues or Isalamiri not taking second place. And there we go, music change for Stream Hatman. We have 23 lines cleared. Yeah, this music's worse. Like, it's not as aggressive, but I actually like the other music better. By the way, the manual does say there are other secrets to playing Pyramid, but they are for you to discover, Corndan.
Well, I never discovered them.
Apparently, if you clear 2 lines at the same time, you do get 1 additional bomb, so that is another way to rack up bombs per the manual. Isalamiri is out for a second. We're at the half-hour mark, which means that people should start thinking about having a long run, being a little bit more careful, and just trying to make a solid amount of progress in the attempt. Linker is pointing out Ritz Blues has 11 lines. Yeah, I think 3 out of 4.
Here's what I got.
Yep.
Hatman's in the lead with 24.
Yes.
Then Tetsuya with 17.
Yes.
Then Ritz with 11. And then Isalamiri with 9.
I think that is it, yes. And actually, in chat, I would say that clearing any lines on your first attempt at Pyramid is actually good. It took me a long time to even clear like a single line when I was playing this, because it's just so mind-bending how different you have to think of this compared to Tetris. Like what Stream Hatman is doing right now, I don't know what this is, but this doesn't, like, if you make a mistake... I don't think they
necessarily know what it is either.
Yeah, I mean, look at all those bombs right now. If you make a mistake in this game and you try to correct, it can be extremely difficult. And honestly, you know, it's probably... Yeah, all of these bombs, I think, are a good idea. And even then, Hatman's like, where do I put this giant triangle? Luckily, he found a spot, and it worked out. Oh my gosh.
I mean, this is a tough one.
Yeah, this is... I love bad Tetris spin-offs. Like, a lot of them end up being really boring. You know, it's just like Tetris with slightly worse graphics, Tetris with slightly worse controls, Kentris with the best voice acting in the world, but very few...
But Kentris is the best.
Kentris! I love Kentris. But this game, like, somehow does something new in an extremely horrifying manner, and I don't... Like, I think they were actually earnest with this. There are a lot of Tetris parodies that come out these days where it's like Tetris but with real physics. And the blocks keep falling over. It's so good. But this is just like so impressive, in my opinion, that they made a game that functions but makes me absolutely angry.
I mean, clearly somebody's made Tetris, but the years don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. And okay, I'll stop with the Smash Mouth references.
I don't even understand. How could it be like, why Smash Mouth reference in relation to Tetris?
Why not?
I don't know. Look, we already had enough Shrek references recently. You don't need to bring Smash Mouth into this.
Well, maybe I do.
I mean, they did kind of let one of their songs get into Shrek. Yeah, I'll let it be. Let one of their songs get into Shrek. I'm not sure that's how it works, but I'm going to go ahead and say that.
That's clearly how it works.
Isalamiri getting a reset right now. I'm not sure if that was a game over, but honestly, I would probably try to start over before the 40-minute mark, just so that I knew that I had a decent attempt to rack up as many lines as possible. I'm only letting them go 5 minutes overtime if they have a run going before the 55-minute mark as well.
I mean, which is good, because we do have to get to kick flipping boats eventually.
Yeah, everybody. We can't do Pyramid forever. I can't do Pyramid forever. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just go ahead and say that I don't like this music as much, and it's mostly because of the percussion. They just... I am not a fan of whatever sound they're using here. Whatever you did to the NES, you need to let it go. Okay, maybe there's a reason that this never got licensed by Nintendo. Actually, probably not. I'd say the more likely thing is that they didn't want to pay Nintendo's extremely ridiculous fees.
Wait, this is also Session, right? Which means it's just Chinese bootleg.
Oh, okay, yeah. But, like, this... Oh, that's right. I actually do have this game on a multi-cart ROM. I don't think I actually have a physical cart with this, but I do have a multi-cart ROM that has Pyramid on it, so that definitely did happen. However, I don't think this is bootleg, just unlicensed.
I mean, it's bootleg in the sense that, right, like, it's definitely, like, Chinese bootleg, right, stuff. That doesn't mean it's not an original game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to advertise this as a solid, working game, it almost fits that mark.
I mean, it functions.
It functions.
It does what it sets out to do.
I'd say then this for Sachin, this actually escaped being a bootleg. Everything else that they had on the multi-carts, though, no. But this actually feels like it kind of is a complete game. And honestly, selling it by itself, it's a solid enough game that I think it kind of holds up. Probably not $60 holds up, but yeah, Tempest Roll in chat is saying, this is Sachin? This is shockingly game-like.
But what about $32? Would you pay $32 for this?
Maybe these days, yeah.
I mean, because that's the price I saw at my game store.
I do like that Tetsuya said in chat, this is vile. Let me tell you, Tetsuya is on to the second stretch here, starting line 21. That's when the music changes. You get different music. I believe that the blocks start falling a little bit faster now that you're at level 1. But again, it's really anyone's game. Tetsuya is in second place and would qualify for the tiebreaker if we ended right at this moment. But everybody is still going and trying. And I think that that is a very good thing to do. This is something that I might consider stepping away for a minute or so just to like try to get my brain back. Puzzle games tend to be very frustrating, and if you stare at them for too long, you start overthinking and making more mistakes, and just taking a second in order to get your thoughts together can often make a huge difference. I know, like, Snakebird, Bob Is You,
I love Bob Is You.
I love Bob Is You, but sometimes you gotta step away from a level for a little bit. And it's sort of just the way that our brain works, that sometimes it gets stuck in a routine that it's like, this should work, this should work, this should work, this is the answer, this should work. And then it's very difficult to get out of that. And so stepping away helps.
Also, the dev for Baba Is You is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've heard. Oh, Corn
He
Dev.
hangs out in Smite's Discord.
Yeah. I've been working on a little, like, Sokoban puzzle game. I did a little work today.
Nice.
Yeah, I tried using the web program that Xander was talking about the other day, and it just didn't seem to jive with me that well, and I already know, like, enough of Game Maker Studio, so I'm using that, and it's gonna be cute, and I actually got Collision working today, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. And by fun, I mean it'll be functional. And a Sokoban-like.
Functional is all you need.
Yeah, for your, like, I want to finish, like, something with 20 levels or something, and just get it out there so that people can see sort of, like,
You
my
do know
idea.
what this means, right?
What?
This means that you're becoming that which you hate.
I don't hate Mystery Tournament. I played in it.
Because we're just going to submit your game to Mystery Tournament to Alpha 5. They'll approve it.
That's fine. I just really hope that I have complicated enough puzzles that it's worth playing. And by complicated enough, I mean, like, you stare at it and you're like, this should be easy. Why can't I do it? Why can't I do this puzzle? And then, like, your brain blows up. That's what I mean. Anyways, yes, I am, as we joke a lot about Mystery Tournament, but honestly, almost every game that I've gotten in Mystery Tournament has not been a platformer, or has not been a puzzle game. The last one was actually a platformer that had colorblind issues, and I got eliminated. But still, I need to put a colorblind warning on that game, let me tell you, because it actually was a bigger deal than I expected.
If I were Stream Hatman right now, I might purposely game over here.
This is...
Right, to give me a solid chance.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk and only 6 lines cleared. Since you've already gotten up to 28 lines cleared, it would probably be a good idea. I agree.
Well, because you know it's going to take you a while to get back up there, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got like 20-something minutes left.
By the way, E. Salamiri is on a personal best right now, line 9. We may get to double digits for everyone. I actually, this is one that, like, I don't always expect everyone to be very close on. There are some people who are going to click with this and some people who won't. However, it still is fairly objective, you know? Like, as long as you go slow, you're going to have the randomness of the pieces, but you can make them work. Stream Hatman did exactly what you said, ended the game in order to try to get a fresh attempt.
I mean, it's the right call.
I think so at this point, yeah.
You know, when you're comfortable with how the game is being played, it's the right call to make.
Also, I do enjoy, I'm seeing Ritz Blues, every time a new block shows up, he has taken his time, he's just sort of chilling there and waiting for a second, and there we go, slipping the triangle into the side of the wall. That's a move I don't think I've seen in this game before, but it was a very nice looking move, very smooth.
I think I've seen all players do that somewhere in here.
Alright, well maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Well, that's usual.
Seriously though, it's good to have you here, Corndan, and I'm really excited to see your game that you play after this.
I really hope people enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I think it is actually really cool. I really dig it. Because of all the crazy things that you can just do with it just because.
Yeah. And then I'll have to decide. I'm not really too much into ship battles, but I like the idea, and we'll have to see if I get convinced that this is something worth my time.
The easiest way to put it is it's right, like it's worth the money, like even if you're just gonna play around with it for a little while every so often. You know, if you put in a couple hours, that's like really what you need.
Yeah.
I've put in a bit more than a couple hours.
There we go, Krabby
Right,
telling them 15 minutes left.
I've definitely come to the conclusion any developer that's willing to deal with the weirdness of my monitor, right, gets my money. Especially on indie stuff.
Oh yeah, you've got one of those like ultra wide monitors.
I do. And a lot of Unreal Engine stuff, like if you just run on the defaults, scales everything funny that is not in a good way, right, for my monitor.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine.
And this is not just true of indie gamers, or right, indie devs, it's true of main devs too.
Oh yeah.
I could not play the original River City Girls on PC. I had to buy it for Switch because a lot of things scale to the width of your monitor, and they just assume you're doing 16 by 9. And that's fine. Occasionally, they will scale. The Pixel remaster scales to 21 by 9. You know, so sometimes some devs are thinking of you, kind of.
Okay. Oh, geez, Stream Hatman just has the worst piece to deal with.
There's nowhere you can put that.
It's gonna ruin something. Just try to make it have the least impact possible. This is why the manual actually suggests planning, create areas where you can put some of these really crappy pieces. And I think Stream Hatman has usually done very well with that, but unfortunately, right now, creating an odd gap that you just will not be able to slide into, it almost looks like you can, but not going to happen. I think Stream Hatman is probably just going to reset in a second.
Probably. But so a lot of games that use Unreal Engine, right, don't scale well to 32 by 9 monitors. And there is a way to fix it. It's just not consistent.
Hey, Maurice, hello in chat. We should put this in Mystery Tournament, huh? I'm sure everybody would love that. This will never be in Mystery Tournament. There you go. Somebody is saying that they feel like Peace RNG is the key to a good run. The thing is, basically, I don't know how Peace RNG works for this game, you know?
It's RNG, it doesn't.
Yeah, Tetris, at least NES Tetris, it was purely random. Later Tetris,
this is pretty random.
A lot less random. But I feel like there still is a relatively, like, you can adjust to the different pieces as long as you're planning ahead and you have some places to put the jerks. Give them a home. Make a home for the jerks. And if you don't have a home for the jerks, then guess what? They'll live wherever they want. Like right in the middle of your stack.
So to finish my story, the dev for Waves of Steel, when I brought up what was going on, fixed the problem so I can play in full screen.
Oh, really? Aw, Corn Dad, that's so cool of them.
Which is pretty amazing. And I will say devs are getting better about it. The Lego Smash Brothers game, Lego Brawl.
Yeah.
Right, I played the demo of it, when they were putting that out, and had a similar problem. And not only did the devs fix it in the next patch, they gave me a workaround so I could play right then.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Okay, that's really cool. Like,
now in the end, I'll be honest, I didn't really care for the game, but I was a hell of a lot more likely to play it, right, because of what they were willing to do to try to get me going. So I didn't have to, if I didn't want to, play in just like a window.
Oh, if a dev like personally went and made a fix for me for anything, I would probably play it for the next like week. It doesn't even matter if I like it. Like any developer who's willing to do that for the people playing their games, it is so freaking cool. Yeah, I think really the only stories that we have Kusog7ande-wise of things like that happening is with games that, like, nobody should even worry about updating, but then suddenly they're updating them for us because, you can't get past a certain level. Like, it's literally impossible because of the way that the game is programmed, so the devs were like, hey, I guess there was a bug I didn't know about. Here, it's fixed in this version. Like, this is for MSX. How do you have the code still?
Because sometimes you just have the code still.
Sometimes you just have the code still.
And wait, don't forget, right, we got to hang out with, right, the Diablo devs because of Gordo, and they gave us more recommendations for things that should go on Kusog7ande.
I love it.
That I don't think we've ever used.
No, but I think we did make a list. Or at least we have a recording somewhere.
I know what it is.
Ooh. See, I have a very selective memory when it comes to most things, including that. And so my memory does not have that.
I remember most of that, partly because I was talking with them a lot to get them set up.
Yeah.
Right. And so I got to hang out with those guys for a lot longer than most of the people, right? And they're pretty amazing.
That was a lot of fun when we did that for Big Bad Game-a-thon. Yeah. I love that, like, I went in as the person interviewing, and then after everybody was like, you did so good, I would have been so nervous because, these are the people who, like, went and founded Blizzard and made Diablo and stuff, and I'm like, gosh, you're right, I should have been nervous. And then I started freaking out, and I had a panic attack after that. Because everybody told me I was supposed to be nervous.
I'll tell you what, right? Like, at first I was nervous, right? Like, what sort of, like, big dev, really wants to admit that they're, some of their games are just really bad, right?
It turns out a lot of devs do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so the fun thing is because the three of them, right, Max and Eric Schaefer and David Brevik have continued to be good friends, right?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as all three of them got into Discord, like, the mood changed, right? And not like, oh my god, it's whatever, right? Like, it just felt like it became very clear that it was, like, we just invited three friends to come goof off for a while.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, and tell stories. And then all of a sudden, like, what am I even worried about? It's just three old guys telling tales of their time in the trenches.
Yeah, I've actually invited them
It just so happened. just so happens to be like one of my very favorite games.
Yeah. Yeah, I did invite them to possibly do some other stuff. It seems like commentary-wise, they're completely fine doing that. They're not really as much into playing games these days, and that's understandable. You know, you grow up, then again, I'm 37. You know, and watching people play Pyramid and commentating, you know.
So as it stands right now, I think we're probably actually set here. It's going to take a lot of time.
Yes.
Right? The closest we could get won't even make a difference, right? Isalamiri could beat Ritz Blues, right? In a push, but that wouldn't help either one of them.
I'm letting them know, by the way, 1 minute warning if they do want to start one final run. They have 1 minute to do so. But honestly, oh, it looks like Stream Hatman decided, yeah, everything was messed up. Let's go ahead and do that.
But I mean, as it looked, I think we're set. Right, Hatman, right, is definitely going to move on with 28.
Oh yeah,
right? There's no way we're going to get to 28 in time. Tatsuya's got 24. There's no way we're going to get to 24 in time. So I think we're set. Can Isalamiri ever clear that without a bomb? And the answer is no.
Yeah, so the question was the hole at the bottom of Isalamiri's screen, the slanted hole there. The question was, can Isalamiri clear that without using a bomb?
You can't get anything in that.
You cannot, and it looks like we've got a reset right before the 5 minute warning, which is the last time anybody can reset. And there we go, everybody on their final attempt now. And I think we'll have to do another 5 minute timer for any of the players who go overtime, which is probably going to be all of them.
It's going to be all of them.
But the thing is, like, you saw how long it took some of the people to get up to 20 lines.
We're not going to see.
I think we could if they start moving fast, but they have to go fast. But that's the difficulty with this game, is that the mistakes just stack on top of each other, and it's very easy to get things out of control if you start panicking. So go fast, but if you feel like you're gonna start panicking, just take a breath. Take like 5 seconds to clear your head, start again.
I mean, so as it stands, if they right, Eon did it in 9 minutes. Right.
How many lines? 40 lines? Yeah.
So if they moved fast and knew what they were doing, yes, they could do it.
But this is Pyramid. And Pyramid doesn't.
Pyramid too, yeah.
Pyramid doesn't care about your feelings if you have not, like, put a heck of a lot of work into learning how to play this game. With that said, like, it's more of those easy to learn the basics, hard to master any of them. But again, it could be a game that just suddenly clicks for somebody, that they start seeing through the matrix and start getting tons of lines cleared quickly. I mean, Ritz has a pretty good attempt going right now. Ritz pausing for a second.
If Ritz just took off here,
that would be amazing. Like, I think it's possible.
I think it could be, right? But Ritz has got to move fast. Start filling in those gaps.
Oh, ooh, good triangle placement right there. 2 lines, that gets you an extra bomb. Very nice use of the big triangle there. Yeah, that big triangle piece that Ritz Blues had is one of the best for getting extra bombs easily. So the thing is, Ritz needs to actually come in first to stay in the tournament. Coming in second would be enough to knock Tetsuya out. I don't see anybody passing Stream Hatman at this point. Hatman's got it locked.
Once again, it's possible. Right, but Ritz has got to move fast and be consistent.
Yeah, Ritz is going a little slowly at this moment, which might be fine. I don't know. We'll see. We get the 1 minute remaining reminder from Crappy in Discord. Corn Dad made a Crappy bot that tells people how much time they have left.
I sure did.
Yeah, he's great. He's made a huge difference. Crappy just changing the world.
Let's just stick that down in that hole. Get the line and
I know. I want to. I don't know what piece you're waiting for in order to do that, though. Like, now you got a triangle. What you got? Oh, okay. Stick it there, I guess. Well, now you got another triangle. What are you gonna do with that? Oh, I guess right there. Okay.
But now you're gonna very quickly run into.
You got this jerk. Yeah, that's right. This jerk right here. Okay. So as soon...
And now you just... Yep, okay. Now get that down in the hole. There we go.
Awesome.
Just assume that you can't... I think that mistake, right, is going to cost Ritz any chance of second.
I have told the players that they're 5 minutes after the match has started. As soon as they are done, they are done. If we have 5 minutes overtime, they're done. 5 minutes is still enough to get a few more lines for Ritz, though. I don't see Tetsuya, Isalamiri, or Stream Hatman having a better push during this, though. But Ritz may. And that's really what matters. By the way, thank you, Jinx Science Theater, for the raid. Glad to have you here. Yeah, so remind me, how many lines did Tetsuya get?
28. Oh, Tetsuya? 24.
24. Okay, so Ritz could pass Tetsuya, but again...
You gotta fill. Ritz has gotta fill in that gap because of how he's got some of that done.
Honestly,
right?
Using a bomb would be a good idea to clear out some of those.
Yes.
I am glad that all of the players are still trying, despite how painful this game is. Like. But then again, I think all of the players probably feel like they need this extra time. They need to at least, like, try to push through, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ritz just had too many holes.
I mean, so you can fill in, like, right now.
Yeah. Okay. We're almost to some
getting lines again.
We're gonna start getting some lines cleared right here if Ritz, or maybe not. I thought Ritz was gonna go for the clear in the middle there. You can definitely do that. Ritz may also be thinking, how can I stack things in order to prevent absolute chaos? And that's fair. Okay, one more cleared. Stream Hatman just taking it easy. Yeah, everybody else, you can just take it easy. Let the stacks go up. You might not get a new personal best during this attempt, but you can keep trying. Oh my gosh. Ritz has officially hit level 1 at the 20 line mark. That moves up the speed a little bit. Gives you some extra bombs that you're able to use. Ritz using them as quickly as possible. Definitely a good idea. Make it so that you can actually get your blocks in there. With that said, I think you know, we're very close to the M stream. Hatman probably just gonna let this music play for a little while, which is completely fine. We didn't hear the title music very much, everybody. We can listen to it now.
It's the best music in the game.
Oh, come on. There's a place in France. That one's a bop. You get to hear about the naked ladies. The naked ladies. Come on. They're dancing. Now I'm thinking I'm like Claptrap. He definitely would like to go to that place in France.
They're dancing. They're dancing.
They're dancing. They're dancing. Yeah, they are.
I mean, with like a minute left, right? We could see Ritz take second.
True. Oh my gosh. Like,
maybe
this push by Ritz, 3 lines, that's all it takes. You're right at the end. Yep. Just rush. Tetsuya, thank you for putting the Licky Boy up. One more line for Ritz.
One more line to tie.
I don't think Ritz is going to be able to do it. It's right near the end. Oh my gosh. Drama. That's it. Everybody.
Ritz could, because you dropped that line. Well,
that is time, though. We have our order.
Right.
Stream Hatman moving on to the bracket. Tetsuya to the tiebreaker. Isalamiri and Ritz Blues both are eliminated, and this was a lot closer than I think I could have imagined for second place. Holy crap. And I'm letting Hatman know that he can come and chat with us if he would like. I'm really impressed with how the players did. Yeah. Tetsuya saying that was the worst for everyone, wasn't it? And yeah, it was pretty much the worst for everyone. I gotta be honest. Oh my gosh. Well, let me see if Hatman wants to come and talk. I don't see Hatman responding right now, but this is very much a game. It is so rough. And I'm not too surprised if people are very angry at it. Okay, and it looks like we've got Hatman. Hello there, and congrats. You are the victor today.
I mean, how can we not all be winners after listening to this tune for 60 minutes?
This is a place in France. We learned about it. Yeah, it's education.
Yeah. Gonna.
Not good education, but yeah, it's education.
It's an education.
Something was learned today.
Yeah, it was probably that, like, everybody should play Pyramid so they don't get it in Kusog7ande. That's the lesson.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, what?
Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it's not a good game, but like I told you this before. I told you this like when you did the check, and I was like, I was thinking about playing this on my own like a couple weeks back, and I just couldn't remember that it was actually just called Pyramid. Like I thought it was something like Pyratris or something like that, like something more obviously a ripoff, you know? And then it's just like, oh look, I get assigned this game, and I'm like, oh. That's why I asked for a screenshot, because I was like, maybe it's another game that I remember playing, but I don't remember the title, so I asked for a screenshot. I'm like, it's this game?
It's that game,
I've never played it, but I wanted to play it.
Yeah, like, I feel like this is a game that everybody should try at some point, because, like, it is obviously a ripoff of Tetris, and by ripoff, like, at least they tried to do something different, but it's a Tetris-like. And
Absolutely.
it's just who thought that the triangles would be a good idea? And the answer is the company in China that did a ton of bootleg games. This is possibly their best game. Gotta be honest.
I don't remember everything they've done, but I know of a couple, and yeah, I mean, mechanically, like, there's some stuff you think it doesn't work like it's in your, like, in more modern Tetris conventions.
Yeah.
Good, but like, practically all of the tech that anybody who's played Tetris will be able to apply it to this. Like, you can you can slide into. In fact, that's probably the most important thing that I realized. Like, okay, I need to think in like vertical establishment as well. Like, if there's a hole, it's better to leave it open so I can have like some sort of impossible piece for aliens to slot right in, and it'll fix that. Whereas if you just if you just think horizontally, at one point you're just gonna have a piece that's not going to work.
Okay. Yeah, I played a decent amount of this, and the first time that I played it, I just sat there like dumbfounded because every single time I put a piece down, it was like, great, well, that ruins another line, and another line, and another one, and another one, and it just like compounds so quickly compared to Tetris.
Yeah.
But yeah, basic Tetris skills definitely do help.
Yeah, just like sliding. Just the ability, like, just if you're able to slide like a block under like a little,
it's a big deal.
A little nook, it is an absolutely big deal there, because then you can just like do like some fancy moves where you're just like, okay, well, I've got a hole there, not anymore, and I'm in a much better position than I was before, just because I was lucky and I got the right piece. But you kind of need to think of, like, you kind of need to modify your thinking a bit, because if you're coming at this with just the Tress mindset of, okay, just going to build horizontally, you're not going to be able to, because, well, all the pieces are sliced in half.
Yeah. Now, I have to ask, because, like, I think pretty much everybody's in agreement that this is a bad game, although I would say that, like, it's less bad in a low quality and more bad in a very bad idea. Is there anything that you think would make this type of stacking game work with triangle pieces?
Honestly, one very simple modification that's been done in a couple of Tetris-likes, the ability to hold the piece.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
That would make a huge difference.
That's it. That's literally it. You just add that to this game, and it becomes a lot more livable. Like, you can hold back one of those full square and one triangle piece to see if you can set up a 2-line so you can get an extra bomb. You can hold a bad piece for now, and then put it back in when you get a better piece to hold, and you get a better spot to put it in.
Yeah.
So it would enhance the strategy completely. It would completely change the game, and it would make it a lot more possible. And the best part is, you wouldn't even need to do like a big change in terms of like the controller, because select is never used, so you could just press select and hold something.
That's actually a really good idea. I don't think any Tetris games at this point had that ability.
No, I don't think so. I think it was brought in more like in the 90s, and this, later 90s. This was obviously, earlier than that.
Yeah, I mean, this was, 1990, I think, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah,
I think the manual said 90, and I'm like, maybe when whatever company decided to print this,
I think
brought it over.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure. I do think that, like, the manual is possibly talking about the future. Anyway, blah. With that said, I love this version of the game. Now, everybody, if you do look for this game, make sure that you do get the international release, but not the hacker international release, because that version actually has some explicit art. So I'm just saying, go for the one that is not considered the hacker international release. And if you do that, then you're gonna be fine. Yeah, welcome to bootleg games for the NES.
Oh yeah.
Well, with that said, congrats, you made it into the bracket. It's gonna be good to have you.
It's my first time in bracket, actually.
Oh my gosh, you did it! And
Yeah, like, I've been in Kusog7ande since, what, the second one?
I think so. You've been in for
Yeah,
a long time.
Because my first ever match is actually the match that's in the no swearing bot command. So
I think that was Kusog 3.
Oh, that was so long ago. I'm so sorry for that
Yeah.
Flintstones game. Like, I still have to apologize.
it's not that bad. It's just that it's more that it was really hard to it was hard to ref because specifically the game asks you to pick up the items in order, and I don't think any of us realized that until I think it was Mikan's finished. And then it's like, no, you have to go back. And since I never finished, because I at one point I died and then came back and then read, it's like, wait, they want us to pick it up in order? Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, that was all the way in Kusog7ande. Yeah, holy
Yeah,
crap.
that was two. Yeah, that was two.
Back when I was
'Cause I
still
remember-
choosing every single game, and that's how we got
Yeah.
Wilma swearing at Fred.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Hatman. I'm so glad, like, heck, you've been around here for so long, and now you made it to the bracket. Like, I'm really excited for you. Hopefully it goes well.
I'm hoping so, but if not, I mean, that means I have to play less bad games this year.
Aha! Now you got to
So
play at
someone
least
win.
2 more.
At least. Yeah, I know, because winners
At
bracket.
least.
bracket.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and let you go then, unless there are other things that you want to plug and let people know about.
Nah, still the same. I'm still doing my playthrough of the entirety of the Yakuza series,
Oh yeah.
including Judgment, on Saturday mornings. Normally it's on the Legend difficulty, 100% with a new file. The problem is, Like a Dragon, aka Yakuza 7, does not allow you to do that. If you start a new file, you have to start on normal, because they just ramp up the levels of everything in the other difficulties.
Yeah.
So they blocked it behind New Game Plus. So I'm like, well, either I get through everything on one file, or I have to sacrifice some stuff to start on Legend, which is just a stat buff, which won't really matter in terms of strategizing.
You know what? It's not that bad to play through Like a Dragon twice.
No,
It's a good game.
First time, technically. So yeah. And yeah, so it's not too bad. It's just gonna be I'm just gonna do everything like on normal, and then when I get to Lost Judgment, I'm gonna play on Legend there, and I'm gonna get cooked. So it's all good.
Well, perfect. Thank you again, Hatman. We'll go ahead and see you later. Everybody, stay tuned. We've got a couple games for Don't Make Us Bored, at least one game for Don't Make Us Bored, and we'll see if Corndan can manage to convince me to do a second one. But yeah, see you later, Hatman. Take care.
Take care. See you again.
Bye. Okay, you might notice a little bit of a hiccup. That's just me switching over.